Welcome. In this class, we'll be discussing about string concatenating. So, what's concatenating? Concatenating in any programming language is when we add up two or more strings, right? So, let's say, for example, I have a first name as Golan and last name as Ayoshola. What I've done here, I've created this Dechagbola and I'm assigning the first name, which is a variable, and I'm creating a string under string Ayoshola, assigning it to this variable last name. So if I want to concatenate, let me remove this. I don't need that moment. I'll just make this a blank string at the moment. So if I want to concatenate first name and second name, what it means is I want to add the last name to the first name. So I'm adding two strings together. I want to achieve something like Bola and Yoshola. Right. So how do we do this? The concept is called concatenation. So it's adding adding up two or more string using the addition operator. So the way I will do this is I will come here, I will say first name plus last name. So this is an attempt to do concatenation in Python, and this is how it happens in most of the programming language. So all I have to do now is bring this on here to assign the full the full string that has been concatenated to message. So if we come here, it should do Bola and Shola, but as you can see, all what I want, how I want it printed is Bola and Shola. But if you are paying attention, you will see that that's not how it's printed because there is no space between the N and the A. So for me to get the space that I really wanted, there are a number of things that I can do. I can decide to come to the end of column and put a space there. There's this, the ID will see that space and they will have the space printed as Bola Angela. Or I can come back here and say put a space and I do that. When I click run, you see it's putting that space. But you can't be doing this when you are writing your code. It's not advisable because somebody else can come here in between that space and they can put bogus characters you don't want. So what you can do is remember, let's make this let's use this example to drive home the to drive home what I'm trying to pass on here. So let's say space. We'll create an empty string. Empty string is just single quote, double quote with nothing in between. And because it's a string, we'll come here to say first name plus that space plus the last name. By the time I click run, it has given me the space. And mind you, you may not have to do that because if memory is what you are really struggling with, you don't want to be creating variables that you don't really need. So we can come here and remove the space, come here, remove the space, and just put empty quotes, empty simple quotes like that. You do that, you get the message that I'm trying to, you get the result that is intended. And you can see here, it says first name plus last name, whatever. And what if I decide to add age equals 18? So, per example here, yeah, per example here, I've put my age as 18, a string, not an integer, right? So, and I will show you why that is important. And if I come here, I say plus age, right? If I come here and I did plus age, okay, let's put a space so that there will be a space in between. And I do that, you can see it printed everything. Bola Ayenshola 18, right? And but if I come here and I make days to be an integer by removing the quotes, I do that, it will throw an error. It says can only concatenate string, not integer. So the only mathematical operation that you can do for strings is addition using the plus sign as we have done here. But everything that you are trying to concatenate together, they must be a string. There must be strings. You can't concatenate strings with an integer. You can't concatenate strings with boolean. You can't concatenate strings with a float. Everything has to be a string. You see, we have corrected that. So what say if, for example, trying to do to be for the message not to be Gbola and Shola 18 because that doesn't make any sense. All I have to do is I say here, hello, greeting, then I put a comma there. So it's saying hello, Gola Anshala, and I want to print you are 18 years old. I will say you uh you are there. I put so I have to separate this now because that's how I want my message to be formatted. Age, you are 18, and I will come here to say yeah, years old. Okay, what would be the issue here? The issue here is that we have to put a space there so that it's formatted very well. Say, hello, Bolawa Henshola. We should have put a comma there. Let's say plus space, comma, for it to come out very well. Hello, Bolawa Henshola. You are 18 years old. And if you pay attention, there is too much space between you are 18 years old. Let's close it up and let's see what happens. So this is hello Bola and Shola. You are 18 years old. So here in this example, in this class, we have talked about concatenation, where we assigned a string Bola to first name and another string Shola to variable last name and assigned 18 in string format to another variable age. And what we are doing in this, what we have done to this message variable is to concatenate first name plus space plus last name plus comma so that the message, the variable that will be stored here, if we do that the value stored in the variable here is print it here, create a new line. So the message in the variable message here is just Bolan and Shola comma. So Bolan and Shola comma. And what we have done again when we came here is print. We want it to display hello Bolan and Shola as a greeting and to say you are 18 years old. So in this printed information, this around there too, we have done, so we are just formatting the response from the computer to look good in a legible format that will be understandable by anybody, that will be understood by anyone that is reading the program or that is familiar now with the program. Thank you.